Let me talk about the employee quadrant for a little bit. So the employee quadrant is sometimes a 9 to 5, not always. And they're usually dealing with alarm clocks. They're dealing with traffic. They're dealing with schedules. Not everyone likes what they do, but a lot of the times, if you get a side business, you learn to optimize your time. Or if you work within another business structure, you learn from the business investor quadrant person, and you learn how they optimize their time. And 80%, in my opinion, of stuff you're going to learn from them in a lot of different businesses is going to be very universal in other businesses. Because we live in a world that's very innovative, very technologically driven, and it's really about optimizing your time, right? As Gary Vaynerchuk says about Uber and stuff, what you're really buying is you're really buying time, because they're saving you time, right? People want to be more efficient nowadays, so that's why I focus on things like copywriting, and I focus on things like marketing. I focus on things like the positioning, differentiating, making it easier for people to understand what business people are in when I help businesses grow. So these are all things that you can keep in mind if you're in the employee quadrant. And if you're moving into the self-employed quadrant, I'd highly recommend reading the book The E-Myth, and that's by Michael Gerber. And I would also just recommend that you do some research and find demand in the marketplace. I want you to put out some marketing messages. I want you to do some split testing. I want you to talk to people one-on-one, find the product market fit, find out what you're solving for people, try to maximize the profit margins, try to give a lot of value, try to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. And I don't know if you have to go as far as getting a patent, trademark, all that kind of stuff, but I do definitely think you need to differentiate yourself and focus on something that's really solving a problem in the marketplace, but also use a long-term strategy where it's something that's going to help long-term, and it's just not a quick fad, right? So know that in the employee quadrant that it doesn't always have to be like it is with your constraints on time. You allow yourself the flexibility and the openingness of more flexibility on the time and openness of your schedule, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that flexibility comes with experience. It comes from practice. It's like a golf stroke. You just got to keep practicing it. And you figure out what you can outsource online. You find out different places online that you can do it, from Odesk to Fiverr to any of those places. If you need help with some of the technology stuff, they can help you with it, right? You can get your thoughts out on writing, on blog posts and marketing and ads. You can get clarity in just writing that, right? So definitely try some different ideas of what you're passionate about and what you enjoy, and you'll move up from the employee quadrant up to the self-employed quadrant before you know it. I like a term that I thought of that I haven't heard anyone else use, which is self-employee. Because the D and the E get changed, self-employee, and that's somebody that's kind of in between. And I think that's kind of the Gary Vaynerchuk audience. And what that is to me is somebody that's got like 1 foot in the employee and then 1 foot in self-employed, and they're trying to grow into that. It's maybe the side hustle. They're trying to figure out how to eventually make enough money to go be self-employed, like a real estate agent, mortgage person, and so forth. Start to build their own brand, right? Start to build their own lead funnel, their own lead pipeline. So those are all things that you can do when you try to get into self-employed. But realize that the transition from employee, self-employee to self-employed, it takes time. The transition takes time. For some people, it is going to take years, because it's a big leap, because you don't just go from like $5,000 a month in guaranteed income to $5,000 a month in self-employed income without building up a pipeline, without getting referrals, without building relationships, strategic partners, learning how to optimize your time, learning how to build systems, learning how to build pipelines. Those are all important things. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll catch you later.